what day it is. It's June, I think, June 13th. My birthday's coming up. I've been working too much, and so I haven't been in the market. And I'm noticing, let's zoom out to the 20-day 1 hour. See, I've got all kinds of lines, areas where I took trades. Just kind of want to brainstorm some stuff and reveal who I am and what changes I need to make. About a month ago, I was doing ticker invoices, and basically, where is it at? Basically, I had this right here. I would just put all this information up. Every trade, every day. And I was filling up my notebook. And I'm like, I trade the SPY every day. So there's no float to really record. And I don't even know what setups I was going for. I'm just all over the place. I don't have a playbook or anything like that. I've been pretty successful lately. Definitely with a ton of trades that I'm not proud of, but some I've bullied into winners. Just because I've had so much pain in the past, I have acceptance for losing trades and where they're gonna go. I kind of know what's up with the SPY, where the SPY is gonna take it. Follow the ATR, follow the DTRs, and I'm playing with fairly small size, so I can afford to kind of bully my positions when they fail on a breakout and they're retracing to certain levels. So definitely some type of plays that I would not show people or teach them to do that or anything like that, but they work for me. They have worked for me, and I just kind of want to get away from ticker invoices for every single trade, because I don't have a dedicated trade yet. I don't have a playbook. I'm just kind of wanting to move on to expanding my eye on this ticker invoice scenario instead of being under the microscope and doing every trade, every little scalp I take, sometimes without any setup or 3 or 4 different pieces of edge to consider it a setup. Sometimes I'm just playing price action and ATR and DTR, but I kind of want to take that everyday ticker invoice and turn it into a highlights invoice once a week. Go over and journal what the market did that week and why I think it was doing that. I can't justify my thoughts of why I think some rich people are buying or selling that are more rich than me, that have more pull in the markets than I do, of course. But I just want to get away from being under the microscope, the same way that we zoom out to make our lines and check our prices. We'll go out to the daily and set these lines, set these trend lines. Look at this trend line, and it caught back up, and it's catching back up now. I just noticed that right now. But the same way we zoom out in order to find an edge on a trend line or a price action, is the same way I want to zoom out and not get stuck under the microscope of the 1 minute. I want to zoom out on my ticker invoices and do a weekly check, and whatever trades stand out to me that I took, those are the ones I want to go back and I want to recap and put those in Trader View. I haven't been journaling for like over a month or so. Trader View took away their free 100 trades, and I basically didn't want to pay for shit because I wasn't making enough money to justify me paying for it. So I ended up not paying for it and not using it anymore, but it's still there. I need to jump back on it. Evernotes as well. I've neglected them, and I think I pay for them. Just a couple bucks. But I need to get back into journaling. I've found quite a bit of success just doing what I do. Sometimes being wrong and kind of forcing things, shame on me. I'm not so proud of that. Everybody's taught not to do that. But then again, everybody trades the markets the way they trade them. And if someone's got $1 million account and their risk on their initial trade is $500, and it goes against them and they're down 1,000 or 1,500, that's really a drop in the bucket for them. So it's kind of like the same for me. Like, I could wait for it to really stretch that rubber band out and get to that level where it's got to bounce, and then I could kind of bully the market. And with the little bit of understanding that I've gathered over the last year and a half, I've had some success bullying the markets a little bit when I'm wrong initially. I'm probably going to get slayed next time I trade since I'm saying this on the open, but whatever. It's okay. But yeah, I kind of want to go in and just review, zoom out on this SPY chart and see what happened here. When was this? 127, 3. So yeah, we've just been getting beat up since the first of the year. And we've had a couple pullbacks, some double tops here. So 455 is like something that's gonna be, it's gotta come back up to there at some point, but I guess we're not done bleeding. Sorry. Yeah, so we've got some double tops. Here. But we've got the majority of the line right here at 449.93, so 450. 450 on the dot is where I put where I would draw my line, right off the top of this sucker. Let's put a line there just for the future. 450. Whatever, 450.11 will be the line here. Edit the properties, and let's call this a heavy resistance here. We'll paint it red, and we'll make this a fat line. Respect needs to happen here. The rest of these are, they're there for their own reasons. And I'll have to zoom in when the price gets back to there. But so we had double top, we've got resistance at 450 where everything's dropped off quite a bit. Bunch of games being played at these smaller levels. Bounced twice off of my trend line. So could this, it broke the downtrend and then came back down, matched the trend line, bounced off of it, came back down, bounced off of it more directly, and then I noticed that and created these 2 points, which this just consolidated this last week and couldn't break 420. I think we got to 418 or something like that, something along those lines. And then we just fucking had a disaster. And it's like they're pulling the rug on this when people aren't watching, when people are tired. You know, the big money is moving things around right now when people are tired. You know, in the morning when people are trying to get set up and trying to see where things are going to work out or where they're going to go for the day, and they just pull the rug on it and ruin everybody's plans. I mean, that is a hard fall the last few days. 411 to 473. Fuck, call it 470. 410 to 470. That's 40 points. That's pretty crazy. And the average true range is still only 10 points, but one of those days it damn near moved 20 points between pre-market drops and then the daily drop.
When you enroll in Snapshot ProView, a new program that helps.
We'll zoom in a bit. Let's go to 5 minute. So these are the drops. Initially it was subtle. It held. Could have broke this trend line. I think I took this trade right here. Yeah, I took this trade like right here, and I got out right there, somewhere right here, and made a good little move. But now that we're looking at it on a 5 minute, that's nothing. I'm really sniping these little moves. But when you look at the big picture, what is it? It's nothing. It's consolidation. And I'm taking this like it's a breakout. I mean, great, I made some money on it and I was right. But thank God I'm scared to hold things, because they would have just failed. And failed hard towards the end of the day. The last hour, power hour just got crushed. Then straight across the board, all afternoon, all night, all morning. The only thing I'm noticing here is I don't see any upper wicks. I see lower wicks, which is telling me the price was bought up, which essentially people say is bullish. But what I've noticed in pre-market and after hours, wherever the wicks are at, that's the direction it goes. That's the direction it actually wants to go, just because a couple people bought it up. So I'm noticing that the wicks, especially when they're larger wicks, kind of seem to dictate the morning movement. This couldn't even make it that far. Like I said, people are trying to plan their day. They probably have got, 401.20 as a level, and then of course the low that it just set, 450. And they're like, okay, we're gonna wait for the morning to open up and chop around, and if it holds that 4150 or 450, I'm gonna go long and take it up into this 407 push. Nope, not even a shot. And we were right there. We had the hourly EMA, we had VWAP, we had the 15-minute EMA, everything right there. I made 3 bars to push up, but not much volume. And then 3 bars here. This was the dictator. This was the dictator right here. After you saw that, I guess you're not going to know that this kind of trouble is going to happen, but this is where you need to be disciplined and go. It didn't work. Just get out. You'd probably get out for a profit or a break even, but I bet you a ton of people are underwater. I mean, and it didn't even give a good bounce. I mean, what is this bounce? Let's see what this bounce was. Barely, not even a 38.2% bounce. That's not good. Well, I guess it did. Came up here, but the initial bounce wasn't. Then what happened? Oh, it just got crushed. Then crushed the rest of the day. Oh yeah, we're not looking there. We're looking here. Crushed. Went sideways the whole rest of the day. People chopping around playing range. Pushed back down off of the hourly EMA. Crushed. Like, how do you drop that far? What? I don't even know what to think about this. Could this perhaps, let's zoom out even more, could this perhaps be a downtrend faking out everybody thinking it's a bear market, the war? I think this is the war day right here. This is when shit popped off. 223, I think. Let me double check that. Russian war started when? Invasion of Ukraine. What the hell? August? No. February. Right? 2. February, yeah. What day? Whatever. We're not going to get into what day. I'm pretty sure it was here. This was that big 2 days bounce. As soon as he launched a bomb, it went crazy. And then we had all these choppy days where the president was speaking, and every time he shut his mouth towards the end of the day, it would go green. And after the 3rd or 4th time I noticed that, I capitalized on him getting ready to be quiet, and I just went long out of nowhere. And the only reason I had to go long was I knew the president had been talking too long and he was about to shut up. And so I went long, and I got beat up for I think 5 minutes, and then started ripping. So that was some good pattern recognition. And we pushed up for a while, pulled back, nice pullback too, failed, to push to new highs, and just got chunked. And this is where I'm seeing us. We broke the downtrend, but then we had an even harder pull down to bounce off of this, not break down into it. And what I'm thinking is, Got a guy Tobago in chat that a month or two ago said 350, and I said we're gonna hit 410 first, and I ended up winning that bet because I think it was like right here. He said 350, and I said we're bouncing 410. But I think we could punch into this 350 something level, fake everybody out like we're gonna go a little deeper, and then squeeze. I could see this dropping through the trend line and then squeezing on people and having a really good day or two like this. Let me remove that drawing. Let me zoom in. 15-minute. So here's my trend line here. I could see another strong day. Just break down into these levels. May take a couple days, may take a week. But I'm gonna go ahead and say we get into the 360 to 350 level. God help me, I hope not 340s. And then we're gonna pull up and bounce off of that. Where'd my music go? What's wrong with my music here? There we go. Yeah, I'm blabbing today. I've been working, I haven't been in the market, so I'm just kind of staring and spitballing ideas, so excuse me. Just trying to see what I see, look at possibilities. I'd like to get into some bigger context plays and learn some options, but very confusing right now on the options, and I don't want to make any bad decisions, lose a bunch of money. I haven't looked at Tesla yet. I'm bag holding Tesla. Well, Tesla's not doing as bad as the SPY. It already made this low. And the SPY made a new low, but Tesla did not. So there's some resistance in the markets. Tesla's holding itself up as best it can. Delete this. Yeah. I mean, what's happening right now? Nothing. This stuff's holding up, but I see a wick down. Is that a clue? Is that a clue? There's a bunch of little wicks. I don't know. Just have to put this stuff together afterwards and be ready in the next 5 to 10 years when this cycle returns, or 30 years when I'm old and gray and I go, I know what's gonna happen, and then I'll finally be rich by the time I'm ready to die. Gollum's gotta go to bed. I gotta be up at 2 in the morning again. Cheerio.